I told you in the segment we just wrapped up about how Trump, and I'll remind you of these clips. Sorry for our main show viewers. I want the YouTube segment viewers to be able to see them if they haven't yet. Trump mixing up what is one of his most used words lately, which is Greenland. And he's talking about taking it over, and he's obsessed with it. And he uses Iceland instead of Greenland. Well, you would think that any normal person, no matter how much there are propagandists for Trump, would go, he got it wrong. Like the clip I showed you in the last segment where Biden goes, I'd like to introduce President Putin. I mean, oh, shoot, Zelensky. I'm just thinking we're going to beat Putin. You're better than Putin. F Putin, right? Like that. None of the Biden spokespeople said, no, he meant to say that to emphasize how much we have to beat him. That's what he meant by introduce president. No one said that. So why do we have to live in this bizarro world where the White House looks us in the eyes and says, no, Trump meant to say Iceland. He was referencing how icy Greenland is, even though there's also a place called Iceland. Okay, so it's like you refer to Australia as the Sahara Desert, and then you say, "Oh, I meant when I was saying that the Sahara Desert is in Australia, I just meant it's hot in places." It's absurd. So here's some headlines, then I'll show you what we're talking about. Leavitt loses it on reporter who fact-checked Trump. You got this. Karoline Leavitt issues brazen denial of Trump, Iceland, Greenland flub. Heard round the world. That's kind of a funny way. And here was the denial. So Libby Dean said during his remarks, President Trump appeared to mix up Greenland and Iceland around 3 times. And actually it was 4. And Karoline Leavitt says, no, he didn't, Libby. His written remarks referred to Greenland as a piece of ice because that's what it is. You're the only one mixing anything up here. And then she posts a screenshot of what comes up when you Google Greenland, and the photo attached is ice. So I think she's believing some of her followers would be like, there's a screenshot. That's a fact check. Like, I see. But just in case you didn't see the other segment, again, sorry, main show viewers, but do watch this. Here's what she's saying was him emphasizing that there's a piece of ice there.
No, we'd be there for them. I don't know that they'd be there for us. So with all of the money we expend, with all of the blood, sweat, and tears, I don't know that they'd be there for us. They're not there for us.
We have a lot to go through. Make sure you are subscribed if you appreciate what we do. If you know what, don't even make it about me. Do the triple split real quick, Jaden, if you would. Unless you hate Jaden and Cole there, you subscribe. That's just what happens. And it's completely free. So please don't hate Jaden and Cole. All right.
Iceland, that I can tell you. I mean, our stock market took the first dip yesterday because of Iceland. So Iceland's already cost us a lot of money. But that dip is peanuts compared to what it's gone up. And we have.
So that was at one point. At a different point, he said,
I'm helping Europe, I'm helping NATO, and I've until the last few days when I told them about Iceland, they loved me. They called me daddy, right? Last time. Very smart man said he.
So we don't have time for the daddy thing. We really don't. But actually, we might for a second here. Here's Jesse Waters.
Men should never admit they're scared of other men. Men should never cross their legs. Real men don't talk about how they can beat other guys up. You don't eat soup in public. You don't drink from a straw. You shouldn't be drinking a milkshake. A grown man, especially the president, should not be licking ice cream in public. What kind of husband goes grocery shopping with his wife?
His daddy's about to land, and daddy has needs. Party's over. Dad's home, and daddy likes it. Daddy hates leaks in the...
Yeah, and I do apologize. Look at how disrespectful I am. I don't have my do not disturb on. So just, y'all are all seeing how popular I am. Text after text after text. Does those even go through on the? Yeah, they do. Okay. So they saw. And then now that you saw, ignore the Jesse Waters thing. Just Cole made that edit. I thought it was funny. Trump says Iceland, obviously talking about Greenland. He also, at a different point, you might have heard there, does go a piece of ice. But that's separate from him mixing it up with Iceland. And you know he still doesn't know why they called one and the other, right? They tell me Iceland is more green. What's that all about? pretty suspicious, kind of like a rigged election. And there she's saying Libby's mixing stuff up. But does she spell her name wrong? Is she trying to say like liberal? I don't know. And that we are all insane for noticing that Trump did that. This is North Korean propaganda stuff. This is unbelievable that something on video so obvious they would try to deny. Then Karoline Leavitt was on TV just in general propagandizing.
So we'll see how these negotiations continue. But I would, again, just point out that to everyone who thinks this is a very ambitious and perhaps crazy idea as it's being spun up in the media, this is something presidents have talked about for a long time. And look at the deals President Trump has been able to broker over the past year. The release of the Israeli hostages, 8 wars solved because of his negotiating skills.
List them. List them, Leavitt.
Anyone who doubts President Trump clearly has not been paying attention.
Now, what we're going to get to in the next segment, and I have one more clip of Leavitt in this one, is they're about to do a victory lap because Trump achieved it on Greenland. And you're probably thinking, holy smokes, they're giving Greenland to us? Hell yeah. Not so much. But then they're going to go, I already know, because Denmark is going to go, dude, chill the freak out. We already cooperate with you. You already have a military presence in Greenland, by the way. And we're good coordinating however you want. If this is a security thing, put more people, do whatever you want, make the dome. Trump wants to make a dome, do whatever, right? They're going to say that. But we're not giving it to you. But we're allies. So allies can already coordinate on military things, which you already do in Greenland. And then they're going to go, see, this was Trump's strategy all along. No, that's what you get when you're a U.S. president. Normally, U.S. presidents just go, hey, Denmark, could we put some more people in Greenland for national security? And Denmark would go, sure. I don't know what Danish accent sounds like. Sure. But instead, Trump has to go threaten everybody, make everyone not trust us. All of these countries at the World Economic Forum, so many of them are historic allies saying we got to find ways to cut off the United States in significant ways to protect us from the abuses that a lot of countries have been dealing with because of their relationship with the U.S. because of Trump's whims. So you do a bunch of damage, just like the tariffs. You do a bunch of damage, economic, diplomatic, etc. And then whenever a country gives you a deal that's something you already could have just asked them for, Trump never tried that, then you proclaim that to be the victory, however small it is. Here's more.
Meeting with today and discussing with. And I know they were all very pleased with his speech. I was in the room, John, and it has rave reviews because the president just tells it like it is. And he came here with his America First vision on full display, talking about how the American economy is booming once again through massive deregulation, an energy boom. The president fulfilling his promise to drill, baby, drill. You look at the tax cuts he signed into.
I know if you've watched the show for a while, you don't need this to be clarified. But another reminder, Trump fulfilling his promise to drill, baby, whatever. We already had historic, if you want to put it in those terms, highest ever drill, baby, drilling under Biden. That's what Trump inherited. And Trump's broader energy policy clearly hasn't worked because it was supposed to be yesterday, the day when energy costs were cut in half. And that didn't happen. And we've seen an increase.
Law, all of these things coming together to put together a really exceptional American economy. And I think he's really inspiring a lot of leaders in Europe to take that same approach. The Green New Scam energy failed policies of Europe and mass migration are failing these great countries. And so I think the president really struck an inspirational tone with all of them today. But of course, that has yet to be seen if they will act accordingly.
It cracks me up. I guess she's going with inspirational tone. Yeah, they're inspired that you're crazy, right? You inspired them that need to do more to push back against you. And you picture some great, like, I've watched multiple times. I think it's just like a quite a moment. Barack Obama's 2008 victory speech. And it's like a bazillion people in the crowd. And he walks out there and it's, oh my gosh, whoa. And he gives this speech and it's like inspirational. People are crying. Whenever they talk about a politician delivering an inspirational speech, I'm thinking about that. And then you click over to Trump and he's like, we had a president who didn't do enough to get Iceland so icy. Not exactly the iconic inspirational speech he's trying to portray.